Do you struggle to hit your chip shots on target? It's got to be your alignment, right? Or actually, it could be this other factor that you never even thought about. Stay tuned to find out. Hi guys, Andy Shakespeare here, PJ Professional and Short Game Specialist. Welcome back to Shakespeare Short Game Secrets to all my regular viewers, and if you're a new viewer, please make sure you hit subscribe and click that notification bell so you don't miss any of my latest releases. So, are you someone who struggles with getting the ball on target? I'm just going to start by showing you a shot where I set up really well, but the ball ends up going off to the left. So you can see, I'm going to get my body nicely in line. I'm down parallel to my target, which is the orange stick, and I'm going to deliver a shot. So you can see that I've hit my shot there, but it went off to the left. So what factor is causing that ball to go left rather than down my target? Well, the factor I'm talking about is something called face plane tilt. So I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with this, but I'm just going to explain what that means by coming a bit closer to the camera here. So basically, I've got my wedge here and I've got the face pointing directly at the camera. So you can see that the leading edge here is nice and flat to the ground. So I'm going to put a T on the face, so that's flush on the face. You can see that it's pointing above the camera, but it's straight towards the camera there. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to lower the handle, so lower the shaft, and all of a sudden you can see that the T is pointing off to the left. So the leading edge is suddenly not on the ground, but it's still parallel to my target. So just from that perspective, you can see I lower the handle, that leading edge hasn't changed, but when I do that, relative to your target, which is the camera here, the T is going to go off to the left. So that is what face plane tilt is. So if I do that in my chipping, you're going to see that even though I've got good alignment here, and everything's parallel to my target, if my handle gets too low, the ball's going to go off to the left. So I'll just show you that again. So just by changing that handle position, I'm going to really influence where that ball goes. So I'm going to keep that in line. Now I'm suddenly going to get the shaft much more upright, stand a lot closer and deliver the same shot, and it went lovely down my target. Okay, so we have seen that face plane tilt has an effect by sending the ball off to the left. Does it have the same effect sending the ball off to the right? So let me just come into the camera again. So you can see I'm going to put the leading edge straight at the camera, and then I'm going to tilt the handle up this time so it's more upright. So you can see that the T is pointing off to the right. So there is an effect of face plane tilt there again, but the effect is going to be less. And the reason for that is because it's impractical to get the shaft really upright because there's hardly any face touching the ground, hardly any leading edge there. So if you stay doing really close, got the handle upright, you can see I'm almost in a putting style now, and it's going to be quite difficult for me to hit a chip shot here. Let me just try and do one. So you can see I managed to deliver the shot and the ball did go out to the right. So certainly you can stand too close, but it's unlikely that the ball's going to go too far off to the right. So how far should I stand away from the ball when I'm chipping? Well, I would certainly advocate that we stand a little bit closer than we would in a full shot, just to help with connection. And I'm just going to show you that here. So you can see if I was hitting my full lob wedge, I'd be in this position. But when I'm chipping, I've gotten a little bit closer. So just by getting in a little bit closer, I've certainly pushed the handle slightly more upright. Not massively, but just slightly more upright. So that's really going to ensure that the ball doesn't go off to the left as well. So if I get in that nice chipping position, deliver the shot, you can see it's gone nicely down my target line. So one important factor to consider is your actual set makeup. So I've talked about face plane tilt and the lie angle today. So all your clubs in your set will be set to a certain lie angle. So what a lot of the pros do is they actually have their wedges flatter than the rest of their set. So this just helps prevent this face plane tilt effect where the ball ends up going off to the left. The other factor we have to consider with face plane tilt is the amount of loft. So the more loft on the face, the more it will have an effect on the start direction relative to the leading edge. So let me just show you that by comparing my lob wedge with my 7-iron. So you can see that my lob wedge here, leading edge is straight at you, the tee's above the camera, and I tilt the handle down, the tee points off to the left. So if I do the same with my 7-iron, which has got 20 or so degrees less loft, and I tilt the handle to the left, I've tilted it the same amount, but suddenly the tee's pointing a lot straighter, it's not so much off to the left. So let me just show you that in terms of the chip shot. That if I play the shot with the 7-iron and the handle's lower, the ball shouldn't go off to the left as much as it did with the lob wedge. So you can see there that it still went off to the left a bit, but certainly wasn't as much as with the lob wedge. If you're someone though who likes to keep that handle low and feels that good connection there, then another way we can offset the ball going off to the left is to actually open the face. So we know that by lowering the handle, the tee points off to the left. So then if I open the face again, suddenly the tee's back towards the target of the camera. So let me just show you that in terms of the shot. So I'm going to go lower handle, but I'm going to open the face as well. So when I do that, you can see that the ball goes lovely and straight again. From all the shots I've hit today, you can really see the importance of face plane tilt and start direction of the shot. So it's really important that you get a good understanding of this at home and just try different shots with different amounts of lean of the shaft so you can see where the ball starts relative to how much you're leaning that shaft. Thanks for watching this edition of Shakespeare Short Game Secrets. Any questions, please file them in the comments below. Please give this video the thumbs up and make sure you subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so already. And I look forward to seeing you guys soon.